in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got... It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no. You better call back up. Don't really need down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go be. Better run up the count.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago. This crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Wait, AD! I'm coming after you. Get one, Omaha. 12, fellas, here we go. 11. Hey, exit.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Here we go.
And it goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check curls.
Garoppolo now. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, 39 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Line 90, 36 power.
Mike check 33.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Mike check 33.
Wilson now throwing again. Being chased out left. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. Matt Breida, 77 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. Third and long. It's Wilson. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. 57. 21. Check. Lucky.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And some room to maneuver. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. How to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can. Run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Here we go.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Here we go. Like 20. Lock. Switch.
Garoppolo gives to Breida, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter.
Let's get it.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position. Now facing 3rd down. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the run. Check.
Now a man who played collegiately here in the Golden State, Rashad Penny. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. They go play action here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, partner, Thanksgiving in the rearview mirror, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all gone. And now if you look at the top 4 seeds right now as we hit, is it the quarter pole or the 3/4 pole?
It is the quarter pole, and we get to thank our NFL reporter, Randy Moss, who
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
No, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. They'll try and throw for it here. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Forced out to his left. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
Here we go.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, with that incompletion, let's look at some of the big games week 13. So these are ones that our crew probably think are the biggest four. Let's rank them 1 to 4 as far as how big they are and what they mean. Baltimore at Buffalo, San Fran at New Orleans, KC at New England, Seattle at the Rams. How would you rank those? What do you think?
Well, this is going to sound self-serving since I'm working San Francisco and New Orleans, but to me that's the number one game because the number one seed in the NFC will be determined that week.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, an 80-yard touchdown, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing.
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Penny, a first down carry. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. On second down, here's Penny.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Myers' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. This is Carson. And an alley to run. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, 79 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
1, Omaha. Check 3. 61, Matchbox Light. Flag.
They run again with Breida. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Coleman now. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Here we go. 21. 64. Wait. Hey, alert.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Here we go. 12. Watch the curve.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
White. Hey,
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. He goes full extension, and he's got it. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Here we go. 13. 11.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
It's now 4th down.
Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. 18 yards, first down Niners.
It's a gain of 18. And the 49ers first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. This is Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 18 yards, first down Niners. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Breida. There he goes again. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. 25 yards as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game. Defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Penny. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
21. Here we go.
They run with Breida. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
So don't say nothing. Watch the safety.
Now it's Breida. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Looking to throw. Garoppolo gets this one to Juszczyk. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
Here we go. Like 80. Check.
Here's a handoff left side to Breida. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Check three. 12. Check 4. 1, Omaha.
Now a give running left is Breida. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Right there. 56.
To throw is Garoppolo. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So a big kick coming for Robbie Gould. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The kick by Gould is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run the screen with Carson. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game. And a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Now a give to Breida. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.